Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of Rants with Dez. Happy evening, night, morning, or afternoon, Monday through Sunday. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Monday. Today's like a Monday slash Tuesday for me for at work wise. So that's awesome. Friday, I want to work on some stuff on this channel. I don't know much about this computer yet because right now I've been only using it for going live. But in the near future, I want to work on a little more stuff on here to actually upgrade this whole thing. And hopefully within by next week, I've been talking to my one of my buddies north. Hopefully by next week, maybe by Thursday, ready, be able to bring him on. Got to find out the right app. So good times are had by all on that one. So tonight we're gonna talk a little bit about the Oscars. I didn't actually watch it, but I saw some of the stuff that was cringe, but at the same time, there's always cringe when it comes to the Hollywood elites. Let's be honest. These people think that they are better than we are. And why is that? Maybe we'll talk about that too tonight. Probably not. They just think because they have such a big platform that they should be doing more than what they do. The problem is their whole thing of their platform is completely bonkers compared to what an average Joe kind of person really is. Let's be honest. Um, we have Trump with Facebook, and I guess right now he's for the TikTok. And then we're also going to talk about Snoop is for Trump now. That was a while ago, actually. But you know what? It's one of those things where I couldn't find stuff. So I was like, you know what? We're going to talk about that one because at the end of the day, we'll talk more about that when it comes on to it. But by the way, for some sporting stuff, I guess, because I live in Minnesota. Minnesota. Can you believe it? Minnesota. I guess Cousins is officially leaving the Vikings, which kind of sucks. I think he would have stayed healthy. I think the Vikings would have made it pretty far in the playoffs. I really do think so. But it is what it is, and just was not meant to be. And Cousins, like I was talking to one of my coworkers, hopefully you make the playoffs. Just to shove it right up the Vikings, you know what? Because that would be fantastic. I actually liked Cousins. Once he actually had a coach where he could actually throw the ball down the field. Those 4 to 8 yard passes all the time does not work. Let's be honest. Well, yeah. So now that I got this kind of thing here, I think I'm a football coordinator now. It is what it is. I had to say that. But by the way, Chickadee's here. There it is. And don't forget about the little rooster. You're dang right. Got to bring them on here too. I mean, it's part of my Instagram thing, Steal. So you know what? We're gonna have some fun with it. Um. So, question of the day for those people that are watching now or later: did you guys watch the Oscars last night? As I said earlier, I did not watch it, but I saw a couple videos of it. So John Cena, of course, covering up his package, um, walks out naked. Actually, just the only thing that's covering him is actually like the envelope. I'm not sure what the whole thing was because I didn't watch the Oscars. I was busy last night, but at the same time, John Cena, you are better than this. I know there's a whole shtick where I'm sure it was funny, but at the same time, it's like, what the hell, John? You were at one time one of my biggest heroes, especially when it came to the children's things. I'm sure you're still doing that. But the whole thing with China and Taiwan, you kissed the ass of China, which is not our ally, not even close. And that's what's so sad about this. People like John Cena that need to make money over yonder, and I get it. You need to make the money, even though you don't because you already have plenty of money through wrestling. Let's be honest. Um, the fact that you basically kissed their ring, you could say, because Taiwan is a country, but you had to apologize to China because China doesn't want to consider Taiwan a country. But anyway, getting back to last night, yes, he walked out there naked. That had to be awkward, seriously. So I'm sure funny people saw his junk. Well, he's probably wearing something, probably tidy whities, let's be honest. But still, the fact that he did that is still like what the hell, John? And the other thing about the Oscars that I wanted to touch up on a little bit, because the whole John Cena thing is it is what it is. It really doesn't bother me at all because he kind of sold a soul to the devil when he did the whole going to Hollywood, just like The Rock did that. Any actor that pretty much goes from wrestling to Hollywood pretty much sells their soul. Um, like Stone Cold was in like one or two movies, but at the end of the day, he didn't do that much for acting wise. He's more of a beer swelling, crazy seven nutcracker redneck that wants to stun everybody when he can have a chance to it. So the people that only do one or two movies and they're done, I give them props. But at the end of the day, John, you should have stuck it with wrestling. Seriously. Um, I also want to talk about Robert Downey Jr. I guess he won an Oscar last night. But I guess back in the day, he actually had addictions, like with drugs, I believe it was. And Jimmy Kimmel was being Jimmy last night. I want to do a whole thing about Jimmy probably in the next few weeks, actually, to be honest, because I've done that many times actually on the other platforms, but I can't stand Jimmy Kimmel. He's an ass. He's a douche. He's one of those people that he was on the Man Show for God's sakes, and the stuff he did on there, it went from that to being a glorified poster boy for the wokeism that is the left. So, Jimmy, I got nothing for you. You're a sellout. And it's sad. It really actually is sad because you were funny. A lot of times you would be doing the whole, shtick where the woman, first off, at least you asked if she was 18. Good for you on that part. Unless you went to Epstein's Island. That escalated quickly, didn't it? The fact is, I don't know if you were there. I don't care. The fact is, it's just one of those things where you just seem like one of those people that might actually be there, at least one point in your time. Getting back to it, making a joke about because Robert Downey Jr. didn't want him to actually talk to about him at all. So he's pretty much like keep it going. Oh, it's like, so is that a drug reference or it's like, Jimmy, you're not funny and you suck. You suck at life. I mean that one shooting that happened. As I said, I want to do a whole thing about Jimmy Kimmel actually because I don't like him. I could talk about him for like over an hour, to be honest. That's how much disdain I have this for this guy. Growing up, when I was in school and whatnot, I thought he was hilarious on the Man Show. Adam Caroyle, whatever his last name is, I always talk about those things. He is legit. He's the same person there as he is, in real life. He's more laid back. He's not freaking trying to like act like he's, screwing a woman because she's looking this way and he's doing that whole roll. They can see that, you dummy. But it is what it is. Mm, when it comes to you, Jimmy, I just feel sorry for you because you went the wrong direction. You could have went to the side of love and peace, but you went for the side that's full of hate and disdain for what we actually believe in. And said, I actually want to do maybe a main event about him. Maybe I will do that tonight yet. Maybe that'll be the maybe I'll barely talk about the Snoop Dogg and go back to Jimmy. I'm not sure yet. Um but with that said and done, I didn't watch the Oscars. I don't watch any of those shows, whether it's music or Oscars or movies or whatever, TV shows. Don't care. I work for a living. I don't get my awards for working where I work. It's like I don't want them either. But you got these people that go these things, you know. I'm sure like back in the day when it was not quite such a divide, it was more fun. But at the end of the day, it's so sad because these people are purely not good. And that's a truth. I'm not saying they're all bad, but at the same time, there's a lot of them that are just not good people. And Jimmy, you're one of them. Uh, God dang it. Robert Downey Jr., I believe, is one of the good ones. Vince Vaughn, He's one of the good ones. There's a quite a few that are actually one of the good people, but I'm not sure if Vince Vaughn was there. I didn't see any of that stuff. Once again, did not watch it. I just saw a couple areas like with the John Cena stepping sideways, covering his Johnson with a envelope. John boy, what have they done to you? What have they done? Oh man, it's one of those things. You're The fact is you've been an actor now for a while because wrestling, let's be honest, is still an act. But at the end of the day, now when you're in the movies, especially most of your movies are action because you're a freaking stud. Let's be honest, you're you're built. I'm not a huge John Cena fan. I haven't been a John Cena fan for quite a while. Once you go woke, you go broke. Same with The Rock. I still watch the old stuff from back in the day. I'm sure they were the same person back then, but at the same time, it's just sad. But the fact that they did this whole thing with John, you know, the way he was, is like, how much money did you make for doing that? That's what I like to know. Did somebody pay you a few $1 million to actually do something that silly? That's what I like to know. But let's get away from the Oscars. The Oscar part is done. Let's go to the next topic at hand. There we go. I'm going to cross that off. Boom. We're done that one. Let's talk about Trump and Facebook. First and foremost, the reason why Trump is so anti Facebook is because during that last election, Zuckerberg did a lot of stuff to actually make sure that Trump was not going to become the president. Even though we know that Trump won that election. Hey, YouTube. Yeah, I said that out loud. It's nice when you only have 19 subscribers. That's funny. Maybe after this live, I'll get more. I don't say it. People tell me, Daz, maybe you'll get more. I don't say it. Getting back to the topic at hand, what is so sad is the fact when it comes down to the whole thing, all the stuff throughout the states that were so close, and Trump was dominating until like 3 o'clock in the morning, basically just like that. It goes from here's Trump, Joe Biden. All of a sudden, 3 o'clock happens, and and it goes the opposite. It's like bloody hell. How does that actually even happen? We know it didn't actually happen that way. I mean, there's videos of people with coolers and other stuff under the table that did take out at 3 o'clock in the morning. The fact is, we know Trump won that election, and we know damn well that Trump right now is actually the legit president. But because of the whole whatever you want to call it, we got to let it be the way it is, which is bullcrap. I don't get how this works anymore because you know what? The man that actually gets the most votes wins. And I guess Joe Biden got the most votes from dead people, dead kitty cats, and other kind of stuff as well. I don't know. But we all know when it came down to it that Trump won that election. He was screwed out of it. And just a heads up, YouTube and company, whether it's, here, there, whatever, you need to wake up because when the whole thing actually is said and done, you guys might be a hurting unit. But put it this way, Trump won't be running for president again after this time around. And no Rachel Maddow and all their other asshats that say he's going to be king. He's not going to do that. He's a man of common sense, morals, and, all the other stuff that you guys don't have. The fact is, what's going to actually happen is once Trump wins this election, does his 4 years, hopefully he has a VP that's going to be legit, and hopefully that person becomes president. That'll really give us a lot of fun stuff to watch on YouTube and on the TikTok. It'll be glorious. But Facebook, just like Twitter back then, because Twitter was owned by another douchebag, um, all these platforms were so anti-Trump. They did not want to show anything that actually had to do with Trump whatsoever. They wanted to bash him, throw him under the bus. But now that it's owned by Elon and now called X. I love that part because X marks the spot. We might actually have a fair election. And Elon, keep doing what you're doing, brother. I was not sure if I could trust you. Well, a lot of us were saying that, let's be honest. But you seem like one of those guys that actually means what he said he was going to do, and you're actually doing your kick-ass job. Actually, to me, that's exciting because at the end of the day, we need somebody that's going to actually finish the job, meaning keeping it fair and honest for everybody. Just like the Supreme Court did last week. I was so excited about that when it came to the Supreme Court because this means we actually have a chance to have a fair and honest election because Trump will be actually on all the ballots. Let's be honest, that's pretty damn exciting. But what is so sad about it is when these leftists they get so scared because now it's going to be a fair and honest election. Um, yeah, that's how that works. That is how that works. Um, it's called common sense. All right, I'm making sure my iPad's in the other room. Well, what is so funny about this when it comes to the left? The fact that Trump called out Facebook was huge because what it did was show the corruption, and now with the YouTube right now as well is one of those corrupt things. I mean, my page will never be monetized. I'll be honest with you until we get owners that actually believe in freedom of speech. You might not like all the stuff that I got to say, but at the same time, I try to have fun on here, try to give you the real news. And the reason why Trump is so hard on Facebook is because during that election, they were terrible to him. And that's what's so scary. And that's what's so sad. When it comes down to it, if you can't have a fair and honest election, what the hell's the point of actually having an election? We're no longer in a free nation at that point. So we're no longer in a free society. When your vote doesn't matter anymore because, well, you get ballots coming in at 3 o'clock in the morning, and 99% of them were for Biden. I would say basically almost 100%. Let's be honest. They were hidden for a reason. So there's a reason why Trump is pissed at Facebook. So with that said, then let's talk about the other part at hand with TikTok. Because back when Trump was the president, he wanted to ban TikTok, and now all of a sudden he's doesn't want to ban it anymore. I'm not 100% sure about the whole reason. I will once I know more, I will talk more about that. But that's the reason why I did the whole Trump on Facebook thing. When it comes down to it, the whole Facebook thing and the TikTok, because Trump was actually going to do one of those executive orders for the TikTok back when he was the president to shut it down, and all of a sudden now he's got other agendas about TikTok. So I might have to sneeze. Just a heads up, I might have to sneeze. Oh man, I hate that when you can feel it coming, but at the same time you just wanted to get out. Um, but at that point it is what it is, and Rick and roll shit happens. So when it comes to Trump on Facebook, I don't blame him because they were terrible towards Trump. And with election year coming up right now, at the end of the day, he should be doing the same thing he is doing now because Facebook is not honest. Facebook is not fair. Hell, I go live on there once a week with Mutter, and it's a good time, yes. But at the same time, we are such peons, just like me right now here on here. I'm such a small channel right now yet. But nice thing is I can get out there to the people. I can get out there to even some of the bigger platforms. Hopefully they'll listen to me. And they're like, "Oh, Des, you actually talk some good stuff." That's what I would love to see. That's what I love to hear. So once again, please hit the subscribe button. I always forget about saying this. Hit the bell for notifications when we go live, and share the shit of the video. It's all about sharing is caring. Piss off your liberal friends, especially two of your liberal friends. Because to me, that's actually what makes it fun. That's what makes it actually historical, and that's what it makes it legit. Um, but I think with Trump on Facebook, I think we're done with that one for now. I think he's got to be ready to be pissed at Facebook. They were not fair with him during the last election. They're not going to be fair with him again on this one. Zuckerberg, sucks, and it's sad. It really is sad, actually, because we should be able to be on the same side of everything. We might not see everything in politics, on the same side, but at the same time, that was creepy. That was creepy. My my thing came open there. Now it's not going to do that. Holy shit, that scared me. Oh, man, bloody hell. Um. So with the whole thing, Trump just wants a fair and honest election. I guarantee you, if he loses fair and square, he'll be like, "I'm dead. I tried," and he would be okay with it. But when they cheat the way they did on the last election, that's when he can't. That's when he can say no more of that bull crap. So let's go to the main event. Snoop Dogg. Wait, am I now? My mind with the sneeze now. Come on. If you're gonna come out, just come out. Come on. It's not coming. It's being a little. Hopefully, I can wait till after done with this. So it'll probably take less than 10 minutes. By the way, how do you like that? When I have one thing to talk about, it takes me like 20 some minutes. I have three topics. It only take maybe less than a half hour. Gotta love it. So Snoop Dogg, um, remember when Trump was the president back in 2016? One of those people that hated Trump. And let's be honest, when it comes to myself, the fact is I wouldn't give a shit where people stand when it comes to Trump. But at the end of the day, when they make stupid like memes or something like that, that's when I take offense to it. The fact that you don't have to like Trump, you don't have to actually support him. I don't give a crap. But when you had his thing where in the music video it was like a clown thing of Trump, I think I already talked about this part, and it's a version of him, and he shoots the Donald Trump version of the clown thing back in 2016 or that time period when Trump was the president. I was like, well, that's not cool. That's not going to go over very well. It's one of those things where the fact is this: if that would have been anybody, if that would have been Joe Biden or Barack Obama, that would have been a whole rigmarole that is cancel culture worthy of where he would have been actually done singing, done. But being it was Donald J. Trump, it's cool, and that's what's so sad is the left. They're so much okay with this kind of stuff, just like that Kathy Griffin, whatever her name is, the ginger that's got no soul. Let's be honest, with the severed head of Trump. I know she was pretty much canceled because that was disgusting, but not because of the severed head part, but she just was broken because of Trump, and that's what I think is funny when people were that freaking broken because of Trump. You know what I mean? Better security on. I don't even have to say it because I already said it on here so many times. On here, I've been only this is my second week. I have already said it that many times already. That's what I love about it because you guys are gonna get sick of me saying the same shit over and over again. But it's the truth. That's the thing about it. But getting back to Snoop Dogg, I guess when Trump actually gave a pardon to somebody, I'm not sure who it was. Some entertainer. That's when Snoop Dogg was like, "Huh, Trump maybe not that bad after all." And he was interviewed a while back, a few months, a couple months ago, and they asked him about Trump. He's like, "Well, Trump's never done anything wrong to me." The fact is, once he, had that whole thing with that one guy out, Snoop Dogg was cool with Trump. The fact is, you had that music video, you did that crap, and I'm not saying I'm a Snoop Dogg fan, but the fact is, now you're endorsing Trump. You know what? We all do stupid shit. Hell, if Eminem would end up endorsing Trump, because I know stand on the line at the BT Awards, I think it was the first year that Trump became president. I'm not saying I want to listen to his music, but I would respect Eminem a little better. I would actually respect him a little bit. What is so scary is when these whether they're musicians or actors or media people, they say that Trump is basically Hitler, and so many people follow these people, so they stick right to whatever they're saying. These people 100% go for what these idiots are saying, and that's the only way we're gonna go. The only way we're gonna go. The fact is, you got to have your own mind. You got to have your own mind on this kind of stuff. The fact that you don't is what's so scary, actually. It really actually is. Because Snoop Dogg's endorsement on Trump is huge because you know what? There's a lot of people that are with rap type of stuff. They're going to vote for Trump because of somebody like Snoop Dogg. That's the truth. And that's what is so sad. It should not be about entertainers. It should be about you, your own personal experience with politics, what you believe in, what they're saying, and what you're doing. That's what it should be about. But instead, we're too invested in what Hollywood thinks, what musicians think, what the media tells us. That's what is so sad about what's going on in this world. Have them on your own. Actually, have conversations with people that actually disagree with you. Snoop Dogg, the fact is, I still don't respect you 110%, but at the same time, the fact that you have changed from what you were to what you are now, I have a little respect for you now. I'm not saying I respect you 110%, but at the same time, I don't hate you anymore. Because the way they did what they did, aka Eminem with the standing in line, Snoop Dogg with the freaking gunshots to Donald Trump clone, whatever, for the music thing. You got Emin, you got Kathy Griffin with the severed head. You got so many other people. You got Robert De Niro. It's no longer Donald Trump. It's F Trump. You got all these people who have their own, things of what they want. The people need to, hear it that way because you know what? It's no longer Donald Trump. It's F Trump. Yeah, really? Because that makes it cool. You guys are living in a bubble. We true patriots out here, we have to survive and struggle every damn day while you actually live in a mansion. Big wall, big fence around it. You guys don't know squat. This is what's so funny about this, and this is what's so sad about this. Once again, so many people follow these people. I haven't been to a new movie since 2015. If they like when they say if you're a Trump supporter, don't come to my movies. Done. If they frickin' like they hate Trump supporters so much, you don't need my frickin' few bucks. You stupid son of a nutcracker. I just think it's sad the fact that we have come to this point where the actors are the way they're talking right now, the way they do, actors or musicians or whatever. I don't need new movies. The new movies nowadays are so woke anyway. It's sad. And the other thing that's so sad about it is they want to do remakes of the classics. How about make a brand new movie? What? How dare you, Tez? Oh, I dare. What's so sad? Once again, yes, I like to talk about sad and whatnot. But what's so sad about this is these guys, these directors, these actors, whatever, they think they're doing such a good job. They're thinking they're doing well, not the God's work. To be honest, a lot of them are atheist. But what they think they're doing is actually good, and it's going to help future generations to come. You go woke, you go broke. That's all it is. Hell, we've never even actually touched the Bud Light thing yet. Maybe in a near future we'll talk about that. So I used to be an avid Bud Light drinker. That was my beer. But going back to the whole Snoop Dogg thing, I'm glad you have one on the right side of things. Maybe you'll turn out to be a conservative yet. That would be awesome. We need everyone that we can get. Let's be honest. The left cheats every chance that they can get. And at the end of the day, we have a lot more fun on this side. Anyway, I mean, look at the freaking left women out there. They're first off, I'm not no freaking trophy either. I'm fluffy, but at the same time, at least I still have a sense of humor. The women on the left are so freaking anal. It's not even funny, and that's what's so sad about it. Really, actually, is pretty sad. But I think that's all I really got to say for tonight. Went over 30 minutes. That's what I was going for, actually. Um, I'm gonna work on making it so we will actually get a panel. At least me and another guy. One of those things where, and I have like two or three for sure that I got two for sure that are interested, and I'm working on a few others as well. So we're gonna go from there. Once again, I do love you guys. I do appreciate you guys, and just doing this channel, uh, a thing from the Instagram and the Facebook, of course, is awesome. It really is. It's one of those things where I really do love these channels. It gives us a chance to get stuff out there because I'm not always right. I'll be honest. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize. But at the same time, when I'm right, well, then I'm right. So until next time, everybody's favorite saltine cracker. um, till Thursday, 7 o'clock ish Central Time. I might eventually, actually, by next Monday, I'll decide that on Thursday. Move this to 7:30 for work wise. A little bit easier for me to be ready by 7:30 than 7 o'clock. So I will decide that this coming Thursday by Thursday. One of those things where it is what it is, and it is you got to do what's best where you don't have to rush. It kind of sucks when you're doing it. I'm not Russian. I'm American. So until next time, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Happy holidays, and see you Thursday at 7 o'clock Central Time. Peace out. And now I got to scroll down with the mouse and hit end stream and hit it again. See you guys on oh, bloody hell.